winner Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke in the happiest family movie of them all, Walt Disney's Mary Poppins, 8 o'clock Friday after the Golden Girls.
The liquidator says it's time to quit. Yes, Craftsman Carpet Mills have gone bankrupt, and their entire stocks of quality carpet are being liquidated by Solomon's at up to 42% below wholesale cost. Extra heavy-duty pure wool twist pile, quit. Pure new wool sculptured plush pile, quit. Hard-wearing pure new wool Berber, quit. Plus many more at up to 42% below wholesale cost. So hurry into Solomon's now.
Save in style at Solomon's.
Now, Vision Express gives you 2 pairs of glasses for the price of 1. And the look.
Vision Express. You got the look.
This week only, Sunblest Olympic Megabucks presents Mega Week. An extra $20,000 this week. That's more money than ever before. Help yourself and help our team. Go for Megabucks this week.
Good on your mum.
There are plenty of towns in the bush, and still more set by the sea. But I've been around, and there's one kind of town that stands way out in front to me. Because there's something inside that they just can't hide. Some call it old-fashioned, but I call it pride. Pride you can see when you look around an Australian tidy town.
Everyone's a winner when you join the Australian Tidy Towns team. Contact Keep Australia Beautiful.
Gold. There's nothing else quite like it. And there's never been a better time to buy than right now. Yes, every piece of gold jewelry in every Zamel store has been slashed to clear. Like this 9-carat 45-centimeter chain, now only $25. These beautiful 9-carat gold bracelets are just $19. These lovely 9-carat dress rings in a range of styles are now only $29. And this 9-carat 50-centimeter chain has been slashed to only $180. Go for gold at Zamel's now and save. Zamel's, it's the one mark you can really trust.
In 1532, the Spaniards set sail across the seas and plundered the world of gold. In 1992, the world is going to Spain to take it back. Barcelona! See it on 7.
Presenting the Olympics, Coca-Cola. You can't beat the feeling.
Why don't you take a break? Mom, you're with us.
Oh, thank you very much. I wouldn't want to make the team uneven. Well, now, if you'll excuse me, I have a flock of game hens to stop. Freddie, can I talk to you for a minute in the kitchen?
Certainly, though I must warn you that I'm loath to stick my hand inside what was once a living creature. Mrs. Cleaver, as always, your kitchen is as sparkling as your personality.
Oh, thank you, Freddie. But now, if you can stop spreading the manure for a moment, we can talk about your 16th birthday.
Oh, Mrs. Cleaver, you really shouldn't trouble yourself buying me an expensive gift. But if you simply have to, you'll find this list of sizes and preferred colors might eliminate some of the guesswork.
Well, actually, I was wondering what you had planned for the day.
Well, there was some talk of a party, but that stopped when my father failed to approve the budget.
Oh.
Well, you gotta look at it from his point of view. He paid top dollar for that new motorcycle of his, and until it's paid off, we're all gonna have to tighten our belts an extra notch.
Well, I don't think an important day in a young man's life should go unnoticed. Would you mind if we gave a little party for you here?
For free?
Absolutely.
Forgive me if my voice quivers slightly. It's just that nobody's ever done anything this nice for me before, without an ulterior motive.
You don't have to gush. It's my pleasure. You've been a very good friend to Kip, and you know you can be a very nice boy when you want to.
I don't care what anybody says. That Wally's a dirty player.
That's not true. Your brother plays hard but fair.
Oh, Mom, you always take his side.
What did you do to your leg? Honey, let me see it.
What did Uncle Wally cream Dad?
Kip, you don't realize how lucky you are, clutched tightly to the bosom of your family.
You want to stay for dinner again?
No, you petty naysayer. That woman in there, that angelic cookie cutter, is throwing me a birthday party.
Your father failed to approve the budget, huh?
Kip, do you know how good you got it? 3 generations sharing each other's lives, hopes, and dreams. And me, I've never even seen my father naked.
Oh, come on, Freddie. You know, you're always putting my family on a pedestal, but really, we're not that much different than most families.
Oh, yeah? You got a father and a grandmother who are devoted to you. And me, well, you know about my father. If I ran into my grandfather on the street, I wouldn't even recognize him.
Aw, come on.
Kip, I never met the man. See ya.
Hey, the car, not me, all right? I'm gonna get you for that.
A father and daughter washing the family car. Norman Rockwell may be dead, but his spirit lives on.
Yeah, Freddie, why don't you grab a rag?
Oh, I'd love to, sir. If it wasn't for this unfortunate skin condition which prohibits contact with detergents.
I gotta remember that one.
Mr. Cleaver, might you excuse your adorable young offspring so we could have the proverbial man-to-man talk?
Kelly, honey, why don't you go make us some lemonade?
Dad, don't you think I'm getting a little old for you to keep telling me to get lost?
No?
Okay, but don't lend him any money. He still owes Oliver $10 for chugging a whole can of soda without burping.
Hey, come on, quit it, will you? So what's on your mind, Freddie?
Well, Mr. Cleaver, I was hoping you could furnish me with some information as to why my grandfather and father haven't spoken since Pete Best was a member of the Beatles.
Have you asked your father about this?
Once, during our family vacation to the Grand Canyon. Boy, I was lucky to find my way back home.
Freddie, you know, you and I are both crazy about your dad. Which isn't to say that he doesn't have his little quirks. I mean, he can be difficult to get along with, stubborn, insensitive,
cheap, insulting, petty,
cocky, annoying. Well, we could go on like this for hours. The point is that your grandfather was never able to overlook these little flaws and accept your dad for the person he really is.
Did I say petty?
Yeah, you did. Your dad tried, but he could never be the person his father wanted him to be. Then after a while, the only way you could get any attention from him was by acting like a real creep. I guess by now it's become second nature. Why are you suddenly so interested in all this?
Well, your lovely mother has offered to throw me a birthday party. Well, my grandfather must be getting on in years. What do you think would happen if I invited the old geezer?
Well, I think what you're trying to do is very noble, Freddie, but I'm not sure it's such a good idea to stir up the muck at the bottom of the pond.
A snappy analogy, Mr. Cleaver. It's just that if I could somehow facilitate a coming to terms between George and Edward Haskell, there'd be a greater chance that me and my father would avoid a similar fate.
Pretty tough, huh, Wally?
Hey, I know. Why don't you pop for one of these? We can grab our old ladies, slam down a few brews, we hit the open road.
Sounds great. But this weekend I promised the old lady that I'd sink that tetherball pole.
Oh, gee willikers. Maybe after that, Mama let you put the thermometer in the roast.
Look, Eddie, I didn't come here to trade insults with you.
Excuse me, Wally. Gertrude, you're 40 minutes late. If I wanted a cold lunch, I would have you pack me one in the morning. I'm sorry you had to see this, Molly.
Well, I am too. But listen, I'm glad you're both here. As you know, this Friday is Freddie's, your son's birthday party. And,
well, Gertrude, how long did you cook this?
Exactly the way you like it. 30 seconds on each side, just enough to kill the bacteria.
How long?
Well, the nurse called from bomber school, and it might have stayed on the barbecue a few extra seconds.
Gertrude, what was it you swore to do on our wedding day in front of everyone we know?
Promise to take care of you in sickness and in health.
That's right. Now, you heard her, didn't you, Wally?
well, I really couldn't say. I couldn't hear anything with Gert's parents crying so loud.
Well, you're just gonna have to live with the shame of your broken vows.
Listen, Eddie, Freddie is getting to be a young man now, and young men tend to question why things are the way they are. And I think
It's
you owe him...
cold. Ice cold. Don't I get enough of this in our bedroom?
Eddie, you listen to Wally, or this Saturday you're going to the hot tub club alone.
Again. Forgive me, Wallace. Here you are, my best friend, and I'm treating you like my wife. Go on, I'm listening, pal.
Well, anyway, my mother was thinking of having a party for Freddie, and we all thought it might be a good idea if we invited your father.
You call yourself my friend? Lumpy Rutherford's more of a friend than you'll ever be, and he's an idiot.
Look, maybe you have the right to feel the way you do, but you can't force Freddie to feel the same way.
Button it, Gert. This has nothing to do with you.
Freddie's my son, too.
No, your son's in military school. This one's mine.
Eddie, think about it. How are you going to look better to your son? By being a villain and keeping him from meeting his only grandfather? Or by giving him the opportunity to meet the man himself and make his own choices?
Oh, choices? You want to talk about choices? What kind of choices did he give me when he took Danny Polino to the World Series instead of me? What kind of choice did I get when I got a lifetime of indifference? And the one time I really needed him, he washed his hands of me. There's no way he's coming to that party.
All right, fine. Be a stubborn, bull-headed fool. Don't let him come to the party. And maybe if you're lucky, Freddie will never speak to you again. Then the two of you can wind up just like you and your father.
I hate it when you're right.
Thursday, it's Dirk the Jerk and the Greek Geek.
By me.
Family Manners in Acropolis now from 7:30 Thursday on 7.
With Peter's new microfreeze thick shake...
Microwave.
All you need for a perfect thick shake...
Microwaves.
...is a microwave.
Howdy.
To transform it from frozen solid into a delicious, creamy, icy cold thick shake.
Let me just get it for you.
Quick as you like. Peter's new microfreeze thick shake. Chocolate or vanilla malt. It's the coolest thing to come out of a microwave.
I want some action and I want some fun. Wanna get out and be number one. I'll swing through the trees like Indiana too. With scouts there's nothing that I can't do. Cause I want some action, yeah, real satisfaction. Something out of the ordinary. So look out world, cause here we come now. The scouts and me.
Here's Margaret Ehrlich, Phil Collins, 16 beautiful love songs, Randy Crawford, and the police classic. Wings of Love will take your breath away with 16 fabulous love songs from Concept. This is it, the final week of the Home and Away Scene by Scene Mega Draw. This week we're giving away 5 Amstrad computers and 100 Levi's fashion packs. Get your entry details in the Sunday Herald Sun's TV Extra magazine. And remember, you could be driving away in one of 2 brand new Subarus.
Eddie, what are you doing? We have to leave in 10 minutes.
Shh. Can't you see him watching the Flintstones?
I do not want to be late.
This is one where Betty and Barney adopt Bam Bam. Don't you have any feelings?
Edward Haskell, you have no intention of going to that party tonight, do you?
Hey, pretty sharp, Gert. And to think I only married you for your body.
Up. I want you to jump into that shower, shave, put on your Sunday best. You promised Freddie.
So?
Eddie, I know you're afraid to see your father.
Afraid? Yeah, I'm afraid that when I see him, I'll introduce my boot to his butt.
No, Eddie, make him see what a mistake he's made. Show him how well you've done.
Gert, did you forget to take your medication again?
I want you to go to that party tonight. Hold your head up high, look him straight in the eye, and don't lie, don't exaggerate, and don't do that thing you always do.
What thing?
Hello, Mrs. Cleaver. My, that's a lovely dress you're wearing.
Oh, that thing.
Eddie, you've done very well. All the other guys around here wouldn't be anything without their fathers helping them. But look at you. Our credit rating might not be up there with the Carringtons, but you have your own business, a comfortable home, your own bowling ball, plus you have a devoted wife, 2 handsome sons, one of whom loves you, and all of that without any help from your father or anybody.
Gert, have I told you lately that I love you?
No, you haven't.
Remind me to do that sometime.
Oliver. So there we were, right? We're soaking wet and wearing nothing but our underwear when all of a sudden... You tell him, Freddie, this is great.
What?
Tell him about the girls' volleyball team.
What volleyball team?
Excuse us, will you? What is with you? You beg me to get you a date, and then you totally ignore her. Come on, Freddie. Leia's not just doing this for the money. I think she really likes you.
This Twinkie's a keeper, all right. It's just that I'm starting to think that what I've done is analogous to throwing a rattlesnake in a cage with a mongoose. No one ever knows the result, but is assured of bloodshed.
Here you are. Birthday boy first.
Thanks, Mrs. Cleaver, but I don't think I could hold anything down.
Stop being such a gloomy Gus. Go over there and talk to your date. Come on, you're paying her a lot of money.
So there we are, right? We're hanging from the rafters at the YMCA.
Where are you going, Oliver?
I think I ate too many appetizers. My stomach's killing me.
Oh.
Call me when the cake's ready.
Wally, you're so sweet. I mean, missing your Lamaze class reunion for Freddie's sake.
Well, actually, it wasn't my idea. Mary Ellen thought somebody should be here who knows CPR.
I don't think there'll be much need. The way Eddie flew out of here to get more ice, I don't think he's coming back.
Oh, he'll be back. He may not be too crazy about me, but he wouldn't do anything to disappoint Freddie.
Oh, yeah? Well, what about Freddie's goldfish?
You don't understand. He was just trying to teach the boy how important it is to be careful with electricity.
George Haskell, come in.
June Cleaver.
Oh, you look wonderful.
You haven't changed a bit.
Oh. Boys, come here.
Hi, Mr. Haskell.
Wally,
How are you?
it's good to see you again. I see your name in the papers. I always knew you'd do well.
Well, thank you very much. You remember my brother, don't you?
Sure. How could anyone forget the gopher?
That's Beaver.
Sorry. I'm not very good with stupid names.
Come on. I think there's somebody here you'd like to meet. Freddie, I'd like you to meet your grandfather.
Pleasure to meet you, sir. Might I add, that's a handsome suit you're wearing.
Thank you.
What can I say, sir? I feel like a giddy schoolgirl in an English novel.
Please don't call me sir.
Would you rather have me call you Gramps or something in the nickname genre?
Call me George. I'm not that comfortable with you yet.
Very well, George. There's someone I'd like you to meet that's very important to me.
Hi. Kip Cleaver.
Not you. This is my mother, Gertrude Haskell.
Pleased to meet you.
Well, I'll say this for my son. He's got better taste than I ever gave him credit for.
Oh, I think you'll be surprised how Eddie's changed.
Yes, I would be. Tell me about yourself, Freddie.
Well, let's see, George. My favorite color is blue, and my hobbies include playing guitar, trading baseball cards, and breeding poisonous snakes.
Hey, have you bought ice at the store lately? You pay for one bag, you can take as many as you want, and no one notices.
Edward.
Father?
Oh, come on, you two. You haven't seen each other in over 20 years. How about a nice hug? Now, wasn't that nice? Come on, let's all go and have some punch, huh? Come on.
Everybody seems to be getting along fine.
Give him time. Championship bouts often go 15 rounds.
National Merit Society. That's wonderful, Freddie.
Bunch of snobs.
And what about sports? Are you on any teams?
He's captain of the cross-country team.
No kidding. I was a miler in my day.
Really?
Yeah. But your father here, well, he got his varsity letter all right, but only because he was a manager. He was never good at team sports. He was always too selfish.
Oh, hey, I just about forgot to give you your present. Son, 900 cubic centimeters of birthday wishes.
The motorcycle?
For me? But I
That's
thought...
a very generous gift.
Yeah, that's the way I am with my boys. I just can't do enough for Freddie and what's-his-name. And why not? My business is going through the roof.
Eddie, remember what we talked about?
Love Pumpkin. Why don't you go help Mrs. Cleaver in the kitchen?
It's hard to believe that you're doing so well in the construction business. When you were a kid, you couldn't remember to put away a tool.
You still harping about that? On his workbench, he painted an outline to show where every tool hung. Once I forgot to put a Phillips screwdriver back. He acted like I lost Grandma's ashes again.
And what's so terrible about order, discipline, and responsibility?
They're boring.
Boring?
Yeah,
Everything's been boring to you all your life.
That's
Your...
Leah? That's her? You overpaid. I didn't need you then. I don't need you now. I made it without you. You got it, Sam?
Please, I talked to the family. You owe everyone money.
Pinko liars.
Round 15.
You don't have an honorable bone in your body.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, at least I still got all my hair.
You don't talk to your father that way. So, but Danny Polino did.
You never took me to the circus or fishing.
I was always afraid I'd throw you overboard.
So instead, you decided to make my life a living hell. Well, thanks a lot.
Hey, listen to yourselves. I can't believe that a father and son would talk to each other this way.
He's never been a father to me. You know, I've never even seen the man naked.
And what kind of son is it? I can't remember one time when you ever made me proud of you.
How could I? Nothing I ever did was good enough for you. If I got a B on a test, you'd be mad because it wasn't an A.
When did you ever get a B on a test?
You happy, Freddie? Is this what you wanted? Hey, there's still time to invite Aunt Estelle, the one that pulled a knife on me.
Please, if you two could just vault these few emotional hurdles.
You don't get it, do you? The man never cared about me. People who care never say that they washed their hands of you.
You never gave me a choice. When the police called me and told me what you did at the Denver Zoo, I was never so humiliated in my life.
Exactly what happened at the Denver Zoo?
Beaver. People make mistakes. I never meant for anything to happen to that yak.
Oh, nothing was ever your fault. Everybody in the world was wrong except you. Not once did I ever see you take responsibility for your actions.
That's not true. I married Gert, didn't I?
I don't know what took me so long to wash my hands of you.
Excuse me, George. I'll be the first to admit my father's not perfect. I mean, sure, he could be selfish, insincere, unctuous, petty.
No help from the peanut gallery.
Yeah, petty and many other things. But I'll tell you something, George. I've done some pretty stupid things in my young life. And after some of them, I'm sure my father wanted to wash his hands of me. When the chips are down, he's always come through. Look, I invited you here today in hopes that maybe you two can make a fresh start. But if you're incapable of even making an effort, then I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Here you go. It's a pen and pencil set. Maybe you can use it to write to me sometime. Nice to see you boys again. Please thank your mother for inviting me.
Guess I was pretty naive.
Well, your heart was in the right place. Come on, Beav. Let's go get some punch.
Oh, wait a minute. Exactly what happened at the Denver Zoo?
You come on. Well, son, I guess you see now why I'm so screwed up.
Yeah, well, I never dreamed it'd turn out like this.
Freddie, I've watched every episode of The Twilight Zone, and one thing that I learned is that you can't change history. They tried it lots of times.
Guess you can't change people either.
Listen, if it means anything to you, I don't think you and I could ever turn out like me and That guy that gave you that cheap pen and pencil set. I love you too much for that.
And your most generous gift of the motorcycle. You did intend for me to keep it, right? I mean, you weren't just trying to impress your father, were you?
What do you think?
Agro's Cartoon Connection is next. Tonight at 7:30 in Family Matters, it's off to Citizen Court after Carl squashes Steve's pet beetle. At 8 o'clock on Acropolis Now, All the Guys Are Falling for Susanna. Top comedy with Family Matters and Acropolis Now tonight on 7.